Hello, everyone. So first of all, I'm having camera trouble, so I'm using my my computer's camera, which is pretty terrible. But anyway, at any rate, today's topic is going to be finding love spiritually. Now, as an individual in society today, and we're talking. God, it's terrible. Ugh. Anyway, as an individual in society today, we're going to find a large number of people will be more materially inclined than we are. Um, Now, I'm talking about if you're a spiritual person. As a spiritual person, you have to look for a particular kind of people. What you surround yourself with is what will manifest within you, within your mind, within your spirit, and will have an effect on your soul's journey. So you want to find somebody who aids your soul's journey, who will encourage your spirit, prana, your energy, and will fill your mind with positive ideas that you talk about with that person. You don't want to have somebody around that's just constantly talking about, you know, sex or cars or other materialistic things and just focusing on all things material, because in society we find that the average person will focus on a select number of things regarding being comfortable in this life, enjoying oneself in this life, but not in transcending the material plane. Transcending the material plane is the goal of every spiritual system and really every religion, but every religion focuses more on worship and mercy, from God, than trying to get there yourself. As a human being, I believe that we have an opportunity and a responsibility to try to transcend this plane. So you want to have someone in your life that will help you do that, that will aid you in that journey towards ascending the cage that we find ourselves in. We're all trapped in this cage together, and we must understand that we need each other's help. Nobody by themselves can surmount the obstacles of material existence without the aid of another human being. Now, you don't have to be in love with this person in the way that I'm going to talk about, but you will need to have some kind of guru or some kind of teacher that uh, receive you receive enlightening principles from, that you can contemplate and try to understand and manifest within yourself. Now, when it comes to romance, I have had a bad track record. I've been through a lot of relationships where I was not focusing on the right things, and it ended up providing very little in the way of spiritual support, in the way of encouraging me to be a better person, to and most definitely to transcend this world. The relationships that I was in were very materialistic, and I found that it's better to live and be alone than it is to surround yourself with people who make you lesser than you truly need to be, than you were before. Now, it can be a very lonely life if you find everybody around you is very materialistic, and it's hard for you to find a spiritual community that that will aid you in this quest. But regardless, we have to we have to try. And the thing that I like to focus on is that the universe, God, the gods, spirits, they don't demand success. They demand effort. We must try to find people who will encourage us in our spiritual lives and be around those people. You'll need a teacher or two. You'll need friends who support you. If you're interested in a romantic relationship, you'll need to find somebody that that will show you elements of your soul that you didn't know previously. That through that kind of love, through spiritual love, you are revealed. A piece of yourself is revealed that you didn't know before. And sometimes it takes other people to find those pieces of ourselves, before we believe it, before we realize how great we truly are. And then once we realize how great we truly are, usually we start to realize how much of a part of the grander whole we are. Being a part of the grander whole is something I focus on quite a bit. If you watch my videos, people have called me a follower of Vedanta, but I usually just call myself Hindu because it's a really blanket term, and I don't really think of myself as being a particular religion or spiritual tradition. I just think that I am trying the best I can in this world, and the teachings that I find that make sense, I incorporate them into my path. So the people that you find as well in your world, incorporate them in your path, incorporate them in your journey if you find that they are liberating to your soul, to your mind, to your spirit. And these are three different parts of yourselves that should be enhanced by another individual. Um, Now, this is very difficult because a lot of the time you're going to find people in your life that you might want to be with because they're attractive, or maybe they got some things that you want, but you're going to be turning a lot of people down. And, I haven't had a lot of trouble with that recently. I haven't really been looking like I used to, but, you know, a lot of the relationships that I was in should have been turned down because they made me worse. And it took me a long time to realize that. It took me a long time to truly see how people were cultivating poison in my heart, how people were cultivating poison in my spirit, to where my spirit was leaking out and they were taking it from me. They were consuming it, and I was consuming their spirit, and neither spirit grew, neither spirit was encouraged. This kind of pain should be avoided at all costs because physical comfort is one thing, but spiritual ascension is purpose. The purpose that we all have in this world, and the purpose that we're going to have in the next life, in the next life, in different realms, in different on different planets, and through different teachings. Different parts of ourselves will be revealed. But the journey does not quicken when you surround yourself with materialistic people or seek out materialistic people. So be very careful. Be very careful and be very mindful of who you want to be, the kind of person that you choose to be, the kind of person that you need to be, that there really is no other choice but to be the person that is ascending in the way that you have chosen to ascend. Um, as an individual who has been isolated at times, not so much anymore, um, it can be a very lonely existence. It can be a very lonely endeavor to truly find people that you want to surround yourself with, to truly find people that you should surround yourself with. It can be so lonely that you may even become depressed, may contemplate suicide. I've been there in the past, not recently, but in the past. And it will feel like, okay, well, it's better to find somebody right now than find the one, because at least I will fill my life uh, with the nonsense of material existence, and I will be able to continue on. And maybe in the future, I can find somebody that's better. But we should never settle, never, never settle, because we fall into these ruts, and we just roll forward in this rut, and we eventually we start to realize that, wow, where did my life go? How did I get to where I am? Where did my goals go? Where did my proper judgment go? Was it just because I didn't want to be alone that I fell into this rut, that I'm with this person or surrounded by these friends? Is it just because I didn't know how else to live? Within you there is already a teaching. Your soul can tell you exactly where you need to go as far as spiritual progress and spiritual traditions, what religion you're supposed to be a part of, what religion that it needs to know in order to reveal another part of you so that the soul can continue its journey. You just have to listen to your soul in silence. Listen to your soul when nobody else is around, in meditation, self-reflection, magical rituals, puja, what have you. And all of these different traditions, these different techniques are different ways of revealing your soul's journey. And my journey, I think, has been revealed to me, through no small part of the efforts of the Divine Mother Kalima. But my journey has been revealed to me, and it took quite a bit of work and quite a bit of listening to who I truly am and following my path away from materialism. But I found my path, and now I can walk it without really feeling like time is wasting. That time is slipping by. I can follow my path, even though it's hard. I can follow it with sureness that it's leading to where I need to go, towards greater ascension. And getting there yourself isn't as hard as you might think. You just have to listen. You just have to try. The more you try, the more you realize what you need to do in order to succeed in your spiritual life. Find yourselves, brothers and sisters, because it is the only thing that we can do. Is the only thing that we're meant to do. This entire world exists, society exists, the universe exists, the multiverse exists to expose who we truly are, those pieces of God. Everything exists so that we may realize either its emptiness or its fullness. Realize the emptiness of this world and the universe, and you'll start to realize the fullness that is the nearest thing that we are. The soul is nearer to consciousness than anything else, yet we feel as if we're empty without all of this material around us. listen, be content, find contentment, find path, and find yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and all of you have a great day.